Hello, welcome to another episode of The Love Witch. I'm so happy that you guys are joining me again today. As we do every single Sunday, we go live on The Love Witch to answer your questions about love and the afterlife. We always use our spiritual anatomy divination card deck that my daughter Lonnie and I made as a theme for each episode. She has done all the artwork, which you'll see in a minute when we put the card up. And I have done all the descriptions, and I will intuitively go deeper into the meanings around each card during the episode. Today's episode, we are actually going to be discussing empath, how you as an empath can protect your energy. What is the connection and the magnetic draw between the empath and the narcissist? And some different signs that you may be empathic and not know it, what you can do to cleanse and protect your energy, and ultimately how to function as a high-level empath. So today is going to be all about empath, and we're going to go really super deep into that. You're going to have a great show, and I'd love to see a show of hands by how many of you tuning in already know that you're an empath. Elaine K., welcome. Hi, nice to see you. We have a lot of empaths that watch the show. Of course, as a spiritual healer, a teacher, someone that writes books and works with the public, most of the people that come to me are very empathic and very, very sensitive individuals, and also very spiritually gifted, very, very psychic, very intuitive, and have lots of healing abilities. So I get to work with so many empaths on the planet, and I love it, because it's very important for an empath to know that this is not a weakness, that your empath ability is actually a strength. And I actually have a couple of videos on my channel about that. One is about the empath superpower. You should definitely watch that. We also have one on the empath and narcissistic relationship. So be sure to watch those as well, especially if we don't cover everything in this live episode. But we will try to get to all of it here today. So we want to thank you again for tuning in. Of course, on every single episode of The Love Witch, we give a drawing away for a free love charm bag, which is supercharged to help you attract your soulmate. It's all about bringing in a beautiful, loving soulmate energy, the vibration of a soulmate love, which starts with yourself and then magnetizes true, meaningful, fulfilling relationship with your soulmate. And the color of soulmate is pink, which is what this is all about. If you're new here, if you've been back, you know that we are always about the pink here on The Love Witch. We also have, I think these are super cute. If you want to get your little groove on and start attracting your soulmate and adding some pink to your wardrobe, I picked my pink mask up. So you want to run around with a little face mask on during COVID here. I actually got this one at Victoria's Secrets and I love it. But yeah, put some pink into your wardrobe, whether it's pink panties, a pink face mask, whatever it is. Adding pink to your wardrobe will also help you to vibrate in a more self-loving energy. And that is the energy that your soulmate is attracted to. So add pink to your environment, add pink to your wardrobe. Okay. Are we ready to get started, Lonnie?
I'm ready.
Okay, good, good. Okay, so we're going to be talking about empaths. When you log into the chat room, please let us know by a show of hands, or I guess in this case, give us a heart or a comment if you already know that you're an empath. Because today we really want to talk to you empaths. We want to help empower you and help you understand this natural spiritual ability that you have, this deep sensitivity that you have to other people's thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and what you can do to protect yourself from this energy. Hi, Sadina, welcome. Nice to see you. All right. So as an empath, first of all, it's really important to know that you're not crazy, that you really are feeling and sensing everything from everyone around you all the time. Yeah, this can feel extremely overwhelming. This is why empaths tend to avoid large crowds. This is why they have a difficult time working in a big group setting, or why they need to withdraw and isolate themselves to recharge their battery and cleanse their energy before they feel normal and before they can go back out and engage with other people again. So the normal typical pattern with an empath is, maybe anxiety before going out to be with a crowd or a family event or work or any kind of large gathering. And then it may be followed by a few days of isolation where they're really trying to recalibrate and balance out their energies. Now, oh, hi, Allison. Thank you for joining us too. So one of the things that happens with an empath is that excuse me, start over. One of the things that can happen with an empath is that they don't necessarily have a lot of firm boundaries. They're so open-hearted. They're so connected. They're so genuinely interested in others that there's literally no barrier between themselves and other people. So what happens is, without having firm boundaries, they literally are stepping near somebody and absorbing everything out of their field. So anything that somebody else is feeling or thinking, they're absorbing into themselves, and they don't have the awareness that this does not belong to them. So I was actually very empathic as a child and all the way through my life, of course. I did not know that this meant I had spiritual gifts. I just felt very overwhelmed by other people's energies. I would get extremely sad being around people that were sad. I would even get angry if I was around somebody that was angry. So I was always absorbing their feelings, thoughts, and emotions. Now, what was really helpful was to understand that you can still love somebody without absorbing them, without taking on what's going on in their life, without taking on their problems. And it's very, very empowering to know that the more you protect yourself and shield your energy and disconnect your cords and hooks, the more you actually allow other people to feel their own emotions, handle them, find their own resolution, and free themselves from whatever situation that they're creating in their life. So an empath naturally wants to heal everybody. It's almost like a cat energy. You know, when cats come around, Lonnie, and they have a certain purr that's very, very healing and helps release somebody's angst, their anxiety, their anger, their sorrow. Cats are very healing. This is very similar to how an empath operates with people. But people can become very dependent on your energy and very dependent on you being near them in order to feel good. But this is not helpful for the empath, because most of the time, all of those unhealed emotions are getting stuck inside of you and they don't belong to you. So it's really, really important to have clarity about what is happening. It's very important to know that you can build your spiritual strength so that you're not absorbing other people's thoughts, feelings, and emotions. It's also very important to know that you can put up boundaries, that you can isolate, that you can recharge your battery, but ultimately, you want to really harness this, because this is truly one of your superpowers. When you empath somebody else's thoughts, feelings, and emotions, when you empath their sickness and you empath what is going on in their life, that means that God actually also gave you the ability to heal it. Whatever you're feeling in another, you have the ability to heal. The thing is, you don't want to heal that in your own vessel. You want to set up a session with them and do it professionally and heal them that way, because that way this person can come to you as a client. They really truly want healing and they're taking ownership of it, and they can come to you for the healing that they seek. But if this is a friendship and you've been trying to do this unwittingly for that person, it's not going to work. It'll take you down, and that person will still create and spin around in their own unhealed energy, creating a lot of drama and trauma for themselves. So the ideal relationship between an empath and somebody else is for an empath to embrace their gift and realize, yes, part of your path, empath, is to be a healer. You really should get some spiritual training, get some certifications under your belt so that you can utilize your gifts in the way that you were meant to, in the way that you can really, really serve others and help them. but do it professionally instead of in your daily life by taking on too much.
Yeah, I think being an empath is, I like how you called it a superpower because it really is a gift.
Yeah.
Being able to feel what other people are feeling is going to make you a really just very compassionate human being. And I feel like the planet needs a lot more of those.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
making sure too, like you're able to protect yourself and your energy, and also being very, very much more in tune with your energy and knowing,
Yeah.
what you have to give. Empaths have this tendency to overgive and overextend, and
Yes.
I think having those healthy boundaries and knowing yourself well enough to be like, okay, like I've reached my limit. It's time for me to like replenish my supply, and
Well,
maybe being having the awareness too that if you're constantly giving to some people that are disrespecting that boundary consistently, maybe have that conversation with yourself and be like, is this person healthy to have in my life?
well, I'd like to actually just go there for a minute, Lonnie, because one of the things that happens to an empath is that when you know somebody in your environment, and the empaths have been really taking on a lot this last year because they're feeling everything going on globally, and they're picking up and tuning in with all the sorrow, all the people losing their jobs, people going through depression on a massive group consciousness level. So the empath people are feeling everybody's woes. Now, even if they're in a happy relationship, in a happy, safe home, and they still have their finances squared away and they're still feeling stable, they're still feeling all of this out here. And I feel like this is where it's really important to know that you can have compassion for others, that you can still be insightful, caring, and compassionate without empathing it into your life. Because that's the really first sign when you don't have firm boundaries, is when you're letting their unhealed issues or whatever problems they're experiencing affect you personally. When they show up as energy in your home, you know that there needs to be a cleansing done, because this is not your creation. You're experiencing somebody else's trauma. And again, it's very, very important, empaths, that you get some training if you do have that deep desire to help people. And I don't really know any empaths that do not have a desire to help people. I really feel it's one of your divine callings, is to position yourself as a healer so that you can effectively assist people in up-leveling their own energies in their life and healing the things that they're going through, so that you don't have to absorb it to heal them. You can actually work them through it and help them heal themselves. It's very, very powerful. And also to be able to have those boundaries, and to be able to say no and put some time limits on how long you're talking to people. If you have a friend that's really depressed or always has a negative attitude, an empath is going to feel that. That's going to affect your life. It's going to affect your vibration. And you may even find out later on in the day, you're still worried about this person. So they've literally become an energetic vampire, not intending to, but this is what the energy is creating around you both. So it's very important for the empath to, instead of worrying, instead of projecting worry and concern, is to really clear those cords and ties, and then project that this person that you've been concerned about has got it resolved, has got the solution. They've already got it handled. You're sending them power. You're sending them powerful thoughts. You're picturing them already having this resolved. You're giving them all of their power back. That is more important for an empath to do than ever feel the worry and concern. Because once you go down into a lower emotional vibration, now you've succumbed to that. And now you're experiencing the pain without even having the tools to fix it, because the problem wasn't yours to start with. So
I think a lot of empaths too need to have boundaries on the type of media they consume as well. Music,
absolutely.
Movies, it's not just people, it's anything in your environment that you're exposing your energy to is going to affect your mindset and how you feel in your daily life.
Yes. Media, movies. There's so many people, like I said, I work with tons of empaths because I'm a spiritual teacher. So people come to me to learn how to use their spiritual gifts, strengthen their spiritual gifts, and grow in their intuition and healing abilities. So I work with empaths every day, all day long. And what I see is that many empaths can't even watch movies because of the violence or the drama that's going on. That energy from the TV actually stays in them just as easily as it does through a family or a friend. So consuming media that's more joyful, that's more happy, or turning the TV off. Reading a book or having a picnic would actually be much more healthy and balanced for an empath. It's important that the music you listen to is uplifting. It's important that you feel good and that you really are aware about how things are affecting you emotionally and energetically. So I want to take just a moment to say hi. Hi, Renee. Very nice to see you. Margaret Ellen, thank you for joining us. Eliza, Mary Klein, welcome. It's nice to see you all. Okay, so today we're talking about empaths. Of course, we're always going to give a drawing away for a free love charm bag today, like always on the Love Witch. So be sure to stay till the end. And if you're interested in winning one this week, be sure to do hashtag love charm bag in the chat box so that we know you want to have your name put in the drawing this week. All right. So some other things about empaths. Now, I like to talk about the empath and narcissistic relationship because oftentimes these are both sides to the same coin. Okay, which means that an empath is going to magnetically draw narcissists to them. And one of the things that can help you, empaths, is to really build your spiritual strength, is to put down some firm boundaries, is to know that you don't need to fix that person. You don't need to heal them. You don't need to be overrun by their energy or to engage in that kind of an exchange. But it's very important if you are attracting narcissists to you, that you look at your insides and see what you can do to love yourself more. You're attracting narcissists because you're currently vibrating in a low love vibration. And that's why they come to an empath, because they can see that there's an opening for them. You have the same emotional wounds that they have, but they're being displayed differently. So a lot of times empathic people have had a lot of pain and suffering in their early childhood. They've had a lot of abandonment. They've had broken hearts. And without that being healed, it's like an open wound that's broadcasting out. And the narcissist also has a same or similar wound in that they really don't know what love is. They don't feel love. They don't know how to love. And because there's a missing energy in the love vibration, they're naturally attracted to empaths. So you're both really trying to balance the energy of love. You're both trying to get love. You're trying to give love, but the narcissist is unable to, and the empath is wounded. So as the empath heals, narcissists are not attracted to that energy anymore. And it also frees them to go into their own healing. Narcissists can heal. They can heal their behavior, but only through self-love. And what often prevents a narcissist from getting that help is their ego. And they really don't feel like they need the help. They really don't see anything as wrong with them. They just look for another empath to attach to. So if somebody has been narcissistic and they're suddenly enlightened, yes, they can absolutely heal and they can become really balanced in the energy of love and be a good partner. But without that self-work and that self-awareness, you know, if they're really running high on their ego energy, they will not be a good fit or a healthy partner for an empath or anybody else.
Yeah, it really comes down to having that self-awareness, that self-clarity, and having those boundaries, like not just with the external world, but also with yourself. Empaths and narcissists alike are known for not having really good boundaries because empaths want to help everybody. So they're kind of inserting themselves into situations where, you know, they might be like, oh, I'm just helping, or I'm being compassionate.
Yes.
I'm trying to, like, I'm being a good person because I'm helping. But it's like, no, like, it's okay for you to step back and say, it's not my problem.
That's such a good point, Lonnie. Like she said, empaths want to help everybody, right? And this was a really tough one for me to get, but this was a big one. This was one of the game changers that came in for me because I grew up feeling that way. I grew up wanting to help all my brothers and sisters and help all my friends, and I always wanted to help everybody. I didn't know how much I was taking on that did not belong to me. And in my effort to help everybody, they were not getting their lessons. They were not able to help themselves. So here's me just getting it, right? So you empaths, I know you understand what I'm talking about.
You're actually preventing people from, exactly like you said, getting their lessons that they're supposed to learn, that they're supposed to grow from.
Yes.
Because you're trying to protect everybody, but it's like, no, people make their choices, and they're you know, the result of their actions is what is the result of their choices, you know, like.
Well, here's the game changer.
Consequences.
Here's the game changer that came to me in that. I remember several years ago, about maybe 5 years ago, listening to a podcast, and they were talking about empathic energy and about how empaths just want to help everybody, and they just want to help make everyone happier and improve their lives and heal people and this and that. And this very wise person, and I don't remember her name, but I really had to take this one to heart. It changed everything for me. She said, there's an energy behind this want to heal everybody and desire to help everybody that you know, right? And she said it's really more of a control issue that comes off as being nice and wanting to help. And I was like, what? Oh my God. It was like, oh no, I thought I really was being a good person. You know, I really thought I was doing my job, what I was supposed to do here on earth. And I really didn't understand up until that moment about, yes, it is controlling. And how does that feel to be around somebody who's always wanting to help you when you feel like you don't need help? You're living your life. You're getting the lessons you're supposed to. So think about it from the other side. If you had somebody around you that was always trying to help you and fix you and give you good advice, and they didn't want it, you know, that would come off as pretty controlling. So I had to really look at the way I was interacting in relationships with people. And thankfully for me, I do have a healing practice. So when people do want help, they know who to go to. I do it professionally, but I don't have to go out in my daily life and inject myself into the people's lives around me. I don't have to do that with my daughter or my siblings or my friends. They're all on their own, and I love and adore them, and I see them all as perfect no matter what they're experiencing. But if somebody does have something that they want to work on with me, then they come to me as a client, and I can put my healer hat on and do my work with them that way. Otherwise, I intentionally always project that people have it handled, people have the solution, people are just fine, and I always empower them into their greatness or into their lessons as is meant to be, without my interference.
The beautiful thing is too, is it's like empaths, when they stop distracting themselves and trying to fill that void in themselves of like fixing other people,
yeah,
they're gonna have all this free time, and there's gonna be a moment in time, if you're not ready for it, there's gonna be a moment where you're gonna suddenly feel like, I'm not living, I have no purpose. You're gonna get freaked out. You're gonna be like, oh my God, I have no purpose, because you're not filling it trying to fix everyone around you. But if you take all of that energy that you're investing externally and you're pushing onto others and you're trying to fix others just for free, whether they want it or not.
Yes.
Sometimes people do want it. Sometimes people will just take and take and take and take, and empaths will give and give and give and give until they're completely depleted. But once you start pulling that energy back and you decide, you know, I'm going to put that back into myself, the empath can be so freaking powerful. Oh my God, you're going to just burst like a firework in your life.
That's what I was going to say.
Light up.
The empath is giving, right, to everybody, trying to like warp and mold and like create other people to be better. And sometimes people are like, yeah, happy to have it. Some people are like, yeah, come on in with all your energy. I'll just kick back and let you fix everything.
Yeah, do it for me.
yeah, I'll just, whatever. They're not getting any soul lessons.
Do my own work, do the work for me.
Yeah, there's plenty of people that'll take advantage of that. Trust me. But, when you stop doing that and you really, really, really get it, empath, they're on their own journey, and their journey is perfect, and their journey is divine. And they're learning what they need to.
It might not be what you want.
Yeah.
It's not about you.
It's not about you. They have their own, their whole paradigm that they've created, their own movie that they're going to be living through. Mm-hmm. And when you really take your talons out of them and you're like, okay, empath, just like, look here, you're going to, like Lonnie said, you're going to have so much power, so much focus, so much intent. In fact, when an empath stops helping everyone around them and absorbing everyone around them, their life takes off. Their health is the first thing that improves. Oh my God. You're going to have so much energy and vitality and feel super clear. Your mental spiritual health, gifts are going to come in even further.
Physical health, spiritual health.
Yes, finances come in. That your energy just stays clear, but your health is the first that will improve. Your health and your energy. And then that usually actually helps slim down your body because you're getting rid of resentments and that whole sluggish stagnation where people don't want your help and you're trying to give it anyway.
You're literally no longer carrying the weight for other people.
Right.
Like literally.
Yeah.
Spiritually and physically.
Weight is associated with that, with other people's stuff and with resentments that you're holding on to and just the stagnation of energy. So once you're back in the flow and you know that you don't have to absorb their stuff and you can just like give them your blessing and see their life as perfect no matter what it looks like, you're going to stay focused here. And you're just going to be able to really build your energy and then really show up in the world. And like I said, most empaths do have a divine calling to be a healer. So if you haven't yet, go take some training. Make sure that you get some certifications, that you put yourself out there professionally to help people. If they want the help, they'll come to you. And those are the ones that you can help. That's where you can feel very purposeful in your calling. But that is what you do. And you can become very, very successful very easily because it will be very natural for you. You're already plugged in. You're already going to be able to help people. So you just want to get some backing and then set yourself up professionally for that.
Also, it's a really good indication to all the empaths watching this that if you are feeling the need to reach out and fix other people, there's like a gut feeling within you that's telling you you're trying to fix yourself. Because spiritually, we are everybody that's around us. We are everyone around us. So those people are supposed to be mirrors. So when you're trying to fix everyone around you, there's an indication spiritually, because I mean, as an empath, you're already picking up on the energies that something needs to be fixed. Yeah. But it's not always your job it's never your job to fix other people. But when that gut feeling comes up and that spiritual intuition taps in and you're like, I need to fix this person. It's like, no, I need to fix what's broken in them and me.
Yes, that's perfect. So actually, if you were to go out and meet some people that you got kind of triggered by and you're like, well, if that person wasn't such and such, if they weren't doing this and they weren't doing that, and then stop, turn it around and go, why is that affecting me? What is within me that's judging that? What is within me that's broken in that area? What is in here that needs to be healed so that I'm not projecting it onto somebody else and being irritated and wanting to help it and fix it out there. So again, empath, it's all in here. Bring that energy back into yourself. And that's how you get really, really strong with your spiritual gifts and bring back your vitality, your energy, your health, your money, your luck, your position in the world, and really knowing how to also attract love at a high vibration and not have to fix people in relationship.
And empaths are very intuitive people. So it's like when you're picking up on those things, like if you're like with, let's say, like a family member, right? And they're talking about a bunch of stuff and you're just like, oh, like all these things are just bugging me. Like I don't like spending time with them. Like they're just bringing me down. They're negative. You, especially family members, you also have genetic programming that you might be recognizing within your own DNA, where you're like, you know what? There's a reason why that's bugging me. Maybe I should like do kind of like a little bit of self-reflection and see if I'm still holding on to resentments. Anything that you're just holding in your body that's not, yours.
I just remember, and Lonnie, you were an empath.
Oh yeah. Big time.
We're both empaths, obviously, so anybody that's super sensitive, intuitive, that has spiritual gifts, mediumship, healing, you're going to be an empath. Okay. That's one of the tools that allows you to do your job very, very well. But before you position yourself as a professional, when you're going through your daily life, you're being affected by everyone's energy around you to the extreme. Not just that it's irritating. You're literally absorbing all their unhealed issues. And this is why empaths, first of all, need to isolate, need to withdraw, need to take space, need to take time, because once we're put back in our own energy, and everyone's time limit is different.
Oh yeah.
I'll come back into my own energy and usually within a couple hours, I'm just fine, but like give me 24 hours and I'm bubbling and like super high again.
It takes me a few days. I'm a little slower in that department. I'm a little bit like, all right, I did enough peopling. I'm going to peace out for 2 days.
Yeah.
I'll be back later.
So, it depends on where you're at with that, and everyone has their own energy system. And it's really important that you honor yours. But ultimately, that is the first thing that you can do if you're being affected as an empath. I mean, if this is new for you and you want to know what to do and you're feeling really overwhelmed, withdraw. Give yourself that permission, take a time out, and do some things that are good for you, some self-love activities right away. You can go for a nature walk, meditate, take a hot bath, read a book, isolate, go yourself. If you're in a house with a lot of people, just go in one room and shut the door and peace out for a while. Give yourself permission to build your energy back. And you don't have to focus on it. It's just staying away from other people's energy for a moment so that you can naturally come back into your own energy.
And that's okay. Like if somebody's like, why aren't you around? Why aren't you giving me your energy anymore? It'd be like, I don't have anything to give.
Yeah.
And it's not your job to give. You're not somebody's well and resource of positivity, inspiration, and light. Like they should be that for themselves, and so should you. And being able to recognize that and know when that is becoming imbalanced is so important. But like also adding to your list of things, music is a big one for me.
Yes.
That helps me out, helps me like resonate with my energy more. I'll either listen to something super uplifting,
yes,
or something very, very peaceful that helps me like tap back in.
Or like yesterday we made soap. We were
my God,
just jamming to the radio and doing something creative, and it was like being just creative. Fun, being creative. Yeah. And making anything, any kind of creative project gets you to channel your energy through your crown chakra in your creative center. It opens up all your chakras, and you're kind of channeling that energy. Creation is creation. So it doesn't matter if you're a writer, if you're painter, it doesn't matter, like writer or whatever it is you do, right? It doesn't matter what it is, you're channeling. And when you're open to that energy, it's coming from infinite source. So you're filling up. There's no limit to it. You get more and more and more. You're never going to run out of that energy. So doing something creative in any way is going to help you channel energy, and that's going to fill up your vessel again. So whenever you feel depleted, doing something creative will be something that you can do to fill up again. Yes. Ultimately, we want to get people to the point where they don't have to withdraw and have to isolate. We want to build up your energy and awareness in such a way where you can protect yourself and be around a lot of crowds and people and feel protected and know you're not taking it on because you've got boundaries and your spiritual strength is strong. One of the things that I do, and I often teach this to my students. By the way, if you're ever interested in taking some spiritual development classes to get a very clear connection and to build your spiritual energy.
Down in that description.
Yes, everything's down in the description.
Click those links, you guys.
Absolutely. So those are the theta healing classes that I teach, and they're absolutely phenomenal. Well, one of the things in that class that I teach empaths to do is instead of absorbing all the energy in the room and taking it into themselves, is to push their energy out through their heart. See, everyone is perfect, lovable, healed, and whole.
Shine your light.
Shine your light out, right through your heart. And so when you're coming out with your energy, you're not coming in and absorbing. So go ahead and send it out to everybody. See them all as perfect, and then walk into a room holding that energy and vibration. And you'll actually notice that people are uplifted, and you actually get to connect with them on a higher level. They really are feeling that energy that you've given out this way instead of absorbing it into you. So that's really powerful to like really uplift the room before you even walk into it.
Also empaths too. Having a couple techniques to help you guard your energy is really important. I think we'll kind of talk about a few things.
Yeah, what you can tell about.
Yeah. So, kind of like shielding your energy, wearing crystals. Sometimes crystals are a big one. I always recommend this to clients is like wearing crystals. It's very simple. It's easy, but like part of your morning routine, you put it on and you imagine this crystal kind of like acting as a little bit of like a shield or a light buffer to kind of like, it's like a filter. So it filters out anything that's going to like hurt you or be negative to you or whatever. Just kind of keeps your aura a little bit more clear. But and sea salt baths will cleanse your energy after you've had some kind of encounter. You're like, I feel gross. I was just, we were laughing because we ran into somebody at a grocery store, and we were kind of like in our happy bubble, and we're like, just shopping along, and ran into like an old friend, and it was like 3 or 4 really super, negative kind of comments, one after the other. We were kind of like, we literally wanted to put our hands up and back away slowly. But they were like going like negative, gossip, death, who else died that we might know. And it was like, we were like, whoa, like we were in our happy bubble and we just ran into this person. And then after unloading, little dark cloud just floating around.
Yeah. And then after unloading on us, he's like, well, see you later. We're like,
just dumped it and then was felt like you can see it. They're like, wow, for some reason I feel better.
Yeah.
I wonder why. And they go about their day like all happy, and then suddenly you're carrying their cloud for them, and you're like, oh God, dang it.
We're like, that was terrible. We're like, oh my God, get that off of me right now. You know, and it's like, that's not ours, you know. And so there are people that literally see you as an empath, and they'll come and emotionally dump on you immediately. So you must know, like, yeah, no, back up. And if it happens by accident, like it happened to us, you're like, oh, we need to clear that off of us, you know, and get out of that energy.
It's not always, it's very rarely intentional, but it's just, you know, it's being mindful of like how your energy affects other people and how you as an empath affect your energy too. Like, I think empaths also forget that just because they're empathetic doesn't mean that their energy does not also affect others. In fact, sometimes it makes it a little bit worse if you're having a bad day and you dump that on other people, because you have that like empathic kind of cord or energy to other people. They're feeling what you're feeling too all of a sudden, and it's
so that's when you're going down the gutter. Okay, here's the deal, empath. If you're being too sensitive to somebody in pain and you're coming down from your happy space, right, to meet them there because that's where they are, and you think this is good, and you're like, you really want to help them and understand what they're going through, and you have sympathy for them, and you come down here to like really feel where they're at so that you can identify with them. Now you can't help them. You cannot help them anymore. It's better for you to stay up here and have this like kind, loving, strong energy vibration, and know for certain that this person can lift themselves up.
Yeah.
Do not come down to their level. Do not be so sensitive that you come down to their level. Otherwise, you're both stuck now. So that's why I say, like, to project, you know, like, not go down into the mud with somebody. It's better to hold your love and vibration and allow them to come up to you by offering, you know, something like this. And it sounds impersonal, but I'll tell you what, when you hear it, it can shift you when you're having a difficult time. So if somebody is coming and they're telling you a bunch of trouble and problems that they're going through, you know, you can listen to them. Don't take it into you. Don't get into your feeling system. You know, listen thoughtfully, but then come back with, you know, I know you're learning something really important from this, and I know you're going to handle it. I know you're going to find the perfect solution for you.
Even, yes, it's even saying things like, you can do this.
You can do this. I believe in you.
Yeah. And it does seem impersonal, and it seems like you're like pushing them back, but actually people don't actually even hear that like ever or enough.
They don't hear it enough.
So when they hear it, they're like, yeah,
they think
I can do it. Yeah. Thank you for believing it. I can do this.
Yeah. What they think that they're
their power back.
Yeah. What they think they're looking for is somebody to really identify with their sorrow and tragedy. But as soon as that person does that, it makes it more solid.
As soon as somebody reflects strength back to them, they remember, oh wait, I actually am strong. I don't need to stay sad.
Yes.
I don't need somebody to fix my problems. I don't need somebody to, you know, pity me.
Nobody needs to save me.
Nope.
Yeah. So like Lonnie and I, we do that for each other.
No, yeah.
You know, there's been plenty of times that I have come to my daughter, you know, and she'll give me this, like, you know, she'll be like, excuse me, what do you say?
I'll be like, you can do it.
Yeah, you'll be like, you can do it, you know. I can't remember this one thing you said to me a couple of years ago. It was so great. She's like, well, you're a queen, and queens don't feel that way, so you'll handle it. And I was like kind of shocked, like, oh my God. And I was like, it stopped me in my emotional tracks. And it was the wisdom I needed to hear. Boom, I turned it around that moment, that night, that second, I turned it around. No more going down the rabbit hole of pity me, feel sorry for me, I don't know what to do, I'm confused. Yes, everybody feels that way, even spiritual healers. Even though I have all the tools and abilities, I still am living life.
We're still human.
We're still human. We're all human. So don't ever be hard on yourself for going through it. Just be quicker to reach for your solutions.
Also, if this helps anybody feel better, Beyonce gives herself one day to be sad, and then she wakes up, and then she's just a boss queen again.
I love that.
She's Beyonce again, but she gives herself one day, and then she's like, all right, I'm done being sad.
Yeah.
I got stuff to do here. I'm going to move forward. It doesn't mean you're like denying your emotions or denying your process, but she's just not letting the little things get to her, and she's rising above it, and she's just saying, nope, my energy is not worth this.
Because so much of what's going on with you is in your thoughts. It's in your thoughts. It's in your mind.
Your entire reality is up here.
Right. It's in your mind first. Then it goes into...
Perception is everything.
Yes. And then it goes into your feelings. and then it affects your choices.
Yeah.
So when you're stuck in negativity, you're stuck in depression, you're stuck in that, it's because your mind is going through an old pattern, and you have to clear it there in your mind in the way you're thinking about it. And you're right. The perception is how you shift the way that your mind is perceiving something. And then all of a sudden you feel elated because your feelings aren't going through that negative cycle anymore. And you're feeling free and uplifted and positive and energetic. And then you make different choices based on that. And your life improves drastically.
It's insane how much of your life choices are based on what you feel.
Yes.
Like a huge majority.
Well, people often think it's the other way. Empaths always go, but I feel this, I feel that. And it's like, well, you're stuck in a loop. Go back to your mind, change your perspective on it. And so in that way, that's exactly what we were talking about earlier. Instead of seeing all these people that you know as having trouble and suffering and pouring your heart out to them, see everything as being divinely right. Maybe something globally is going on that seems horrific and terrible, and they're struggling. But is it uplifting humanity? Is it waking up people?
Is it shifting?
Is it shifting?
Yeah.
Is it shifting
Everything.
consciousness? There's always something, and so choose to look at the things that make you happy. When you see the things that are really struggling or in turmoil, know that there's a movement going on that's shifting things on a much larger level than what it appears to be. And decide to be part of a solution. Decide to hold a higher vibration by projecting love and seeing everything as healed and whole. That is the most powerful thing that you can do for yourself and for others.
And it doesn't mean that you don't see it honestly. You can witness things and be like, that's how it is. That's the truth. Even if it's not necessarily positive, you can witness it for what it is, but then choose how you feel about it.
Right.
Because you get to decide what you feel. No matter what's happening around you, you are in charge of your own emotions, and you are in charge of being able to say, I no longer want to feel this way. I want to redirect my energy. I'm ready to be happy. I deserve to be happy. You know what? I'm kind of a good person. I'm deserving and worthy of good things. And
but you can't convince yourself of that. You have to change your perspective.
Yes.
Because like we said, it starts in the brain first and then goes into your feelings. So changing your perspective. So going through something, if you take anything negative that you're going through in your life, I want you to take a moment to tune in with it. Anything that's making you feel disempowered, feeling like a victim, feeling worried, scared, doubtful, anything, take that situation for a moment, tune in with it. And then I want you to think about changing your perspective. What would it take for you to change your perspective on this to give you feelings of empowerment? To free you.
I love that.
To free you from that. Because if you see that every single thing in our life, every single thing is a lesson, everything is meant to teach you or to raise you up or to re-empower you. Any kind of thought that you can reach for that will bring a higher vibration to you will allow you to feel differently about it. And I know that's hard. I mean, sometimes people come to the table with this and they're like, well, what if I was abused? Or what if I did this or that? And I often work with people that have been abused their whole life, starting from childhood and then every relationship afterwards. And you know what I tell them? It's like, first of all, I'm so happy you're here. It's time we're going to change that. But what we work with is, what did being abused teach you? What did you learn from dealing with this emotional baggage and such ruthless, harsh, violent behavior your whole life? What did that teach you? And as soon as the person grasps it, and they'll say, oh my God, it wasn't about that person, that person, that person. It wasn't that something was wrong with me. I actually learned how to have a voice. I learned how to have boundaries. I learned how to make my own money. I learned how to be independent. And I also learned a lot about what I wanted in love.
As horrible as not every experience, but as horrible as any experience you might have had in your life, there's always something to be learned from it.
Yeah. And so then it's like, if they get those lessons,
it gives you your power back.
Then it's like, that's amazing, because you can see now that this whole track record of difficulty that this person lived through was teaching them the same lesson over and over. And now, as soon as that person chooses those things, implementing those things, they never have to experience abuse again. It was all about learning those lessons, setting up this more whole, healed, empowered, beautiful life with boundaries, and knowing that they can put their needs first and they can protect themselves and they can make good choices and that they could be financially stable. And and they can love themselves and then attract in the real kind of love. So we find that anything that you have suffered through, it always gives you, it is designed to bring you more into your awareness of your own power and your own self-love.
Yeah. Self-love. I think that's something, I mean, talking about empaths too, empaths are really good at loving everyone around them.
Yes.
But they often struggle with self-love, but that's the big challenge, is that it's learning how to draw your energy back and learning how to have those boundaries and learning how to say, all the love that I give to everyone else, that I invest in fixing everyone else, I'm going to put that love back into me and on my healing.
Yes.
And like knowing that it's okay does not make you selfish.
Right.
You're not selfish for putting yourself first. I think that's something that empaths also struggle with, is being like, oh my God, but like, if I'm first, that means, you know, I'm not doing the right thing. Like that's selfish. No. You can be first. Yeah. And in fact, if you're not first, nobody else can ever come first, because you'll never have enough to give to another person. It's only your job to keep, we talk about this all the time on Love Witch, is keeping your own cup full. Fill your cup.
Yes. And
before you give to other people, before you pour into other cups.
Yeah. And so empaths, it's really important that you take a moment for yourself today.
Yes.
And just realize that every single beautiful thing you've been through, no matter how difficult, it was all teaching you about this, just how to empower yourself, how to stop viewing others that need your help, how to see them as all perfect, free them and see them as perfect, healed and whole.
Free them and free yourself.
Yeah. And then you get all this energy back yourself, and you're going to find out, it's like 24 hours, your life is going to look different, because you're going to be like, wow, like this is what it feels like when I put my energy into myself. You know, it's incredible. It's a drastic difference for you. And then you come full, and you can come together with another person and really connect, instead of stepping over and immediately trying to fix them or seeing what's wrong with them or seeing what is broken. It's like, no, just come together whole and just enjoy and just have fun and have pleasure. Okay.
Right. We got a couple questions.
Okay,
here.
wonderful. And I want to say hi to a bunch of people here. Devin, thank you for joining us. Pinoy, Alec, thank you. Nice to see you. Hi, Dee. And Diana Waddell, hello. Thank you for tuning in with us. And I think I saw Mason earlier too. Hi, Mason. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Yes, let's answer some questions for people.
Yeah. Okay. Margaret Ellen Adams asks, will pink hair make me feel better?
Yes, of course. It makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Yes. You know what? I have a whole selection of pink wigs, but this is my favorite one for the Love Witch. But yeah, so this specific color of pink is the color of your soulmate love. And I didn't make this up. This is the true energy in your heart when you're with your soulmate, and when you're experiencing this sweet, compatible love, your aura turns this color. Okay, so by implementing this, by adding pink into your surroundings, your wardrobe, your hair, anything, you actually start to absorb it physically, so that you start to put it out energetically. So it is powerful. And yes, I would always say, get a pink wig.
Quick reminder, everyone, too. If you want the love charm bag, hashtag love charm bag in the comments. I haven't seen a lot of those today, but I was forgetting to remind them earlier.
Yes.
So, love charm bags. Yes. If you haven't won one yet, now is your week.
Yes. If you haven't won one yet, let us know. And so Lonnie and I have just made up a different batch, and they're hilarious, because the rose inside, which is usually super tiny, is huge. It's almost like overpowering the bag.
It was meant to be. People need roses. It's spring.
Yeah, it's got a little teeny tiny rose quartz heart, a seashell, a scroll with a love message on it for empowerment, calendula, lavender.
Supercharged magnets to bring loving energy into your life, and you need one. So if you want one, type in the comments. We don't know if you want it if you don't type.
Hashtag love charm bag. Let us know if you want to be in the drawing today. We send these out for free every single week. We do a drawing just to spread the love.
Every week. If you miss this week, make sure you mention next week. But
exactly,
every week it's an opportunity. So
exactly. All right. So Stevia, yes. Oh, Stevia, and you were so sweet. You made that video on opening up the charm bag and sharing everything in it.
That was so cool. We love that.
We love that. Thank you for
it.
doing that. Okay, we got a couple people. Yeah, we got lots of people putting hashtag love charm bag. Awesome, wonderful.
Oh, this is actually a really interesting comment. I want to say that before it gets lost here, but Pinoy said, really, I had a dream that all angels' hair is like that color.
Oh,
that
really?
Is so cool.
That is really cool. So you must have actually been bringing in angels to well, you know what? It is the pink love, compassion, right? So this is the same color that an angel would bring you with this, the compassionate, loving feeling. When we think about love, a lot of people associate it with like passion, hot, fiery, romance, woo, and all of that's good, trust me. But you also want to have this more subtle, beautiful, nurturing, compassionate love. That's the soulmate love. That's your life partner love.
I think love is it's a very beautiful and diverse energy because you can have so many different kinds of love.
Yes.
And that's why it's such a beautiful soft pink color, because it can be for a romantic partner, it can be for a grandparent, it can be for a pet. All of it.
Yeah, with all that embodies those qualities.
And all of love is it's very diverse and it can express itself in many different forms.
Yeah.
But it all takes place in the pink energy.
Yeah, and we're here for the love journey. That's what your soul wants to experience. It's not just about your job or just about surviving COVID. It's about ultimately learning to really get into a love vibration, learning how to love yourself, learning how to love your life even when it doesn't look perfect, learning how to just be at peace and accept yourself, and how to look at others that way. And empath, this is really important because you're so preset to come down here and heal people. Sometimes you see what their flaws are first, and you see their wounds, and you want so desperately to help them. But when you can see them really peacefully and beautifully as already healed, oh my God, this is so big for you. You can actually project that pink to them. You can project, instead of, I want to fix you, you can project, you're beautiful and you're whole, and I see only that in you. And you know how powerful that is? That is the most powerful way to love somebody and uplift them, is to see their wholeness and their beauty.
So we have another question here from Devin. Okay. How do you get rid of people who just drain your energy and use you?
Okay, that's about boundaries, Devin. Yeah, so it starts with you. And I have to say it really just right to the point, because when we're letting somebody drain our energy, we're letting them drain our energy. Nobody can drain your energy without you being amenable to this. So we want you to kind of come up with some more boundaries around that, be able to say no, be able to not have to spend time with them, right? Nobody makes you do anything anymore. If you're a grown up, you don't have to spend time with people that your parents say, right? So you get to choose this. So you can actually intentionally choose to spend time with people that uplift you, that meet you where you're at, or lift you higher. You can actually manifest, intend, and expect that you spend quality time with people that has a very good engaging flow. All right, we're not one party's getting depleted and one party's filling up as a vampire, but that it's actually a flow, that you're worthy of this energy. Know that you really are worthy and deserving of attracting and keeping friendships, lovers, and family, whatever it is, people that want to meet you at that energy, that want to be uplifted by your presence, that enjoy you and appreciate you.
And want to build you up too.
Yes, it's really important to know that you can build people up, that they can build you up, that it doesn't have to be that old energetic pattern. So the first thing is to say no to that energetic pattern, to be aware of it. And if you feel it happening, creeping up within that relationship, that's time for you to withdraw, back up, put up your boundary, take a little time to get your energy back, and then get a higher perspective so that's not coming from a blaming position. Mm-hmm. It's never helpful to come back and go, I can't spend time with you because you're really draining me. Because a person that's draining you will not understand that. They'll just get defensive. But just have the wherewithal within yourself to go, oh, I can see why I let that person drain me, because I was feeling a little off that day. I was feeling a little low. And I let them step over a boundary, which then made me feel drained. Okay. Mm-hmm. So it's all about you and not about them. So bring it here And then you can make some really good, strong choices for yourself and your own energy so that you can actually make different choices to spend time with people that are going to be more energetically appropriate for you.
It's okay to claim your energy, and it's okay to have limits on what you're allowed to give people.
Yeah. Just because somebody wants to hang out with you doesn't mean it's a good fit for you. I mean, people want to hang out all the time, and it's you know what I mean? And it's kind of like, you can kind of feel it in your gut. I think that's the first indication, right? You want to be like, do I want to go spend time with this person? Your mind might say, well, I like them. I should want to spend time with them, but I don't know. My gut feels really heavy when I think about them. Then don't go. Don't do it. Don't do it.
It's not personal. You're just not feeling it.
Right. So it's important to remember also that in your gut is your second brain. Okay. Yeah. So that is your intuition, but there is a second brain in your gut. So when you're feeling that feeling there, it is not just a feeling. It is your second brain. So it's another way that you are interpreting the energy and feeling everything, also physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So trust that feeling in your gut.
Love it. We got a couple people agreeing with this. All right.
I don't know if I said hi to Monica. Hi, Monica. Thank you for joining us.
First time sent through the angel or spirit video. Awesome. Welcome.
Oh, that's awesome.
Welcome. All right. Should we pick a winner for the look?
Yeah, that definitely.
All right, you guys.
All right. So go through all of those.
Last chance if you've been thinking about it, if you want the love charm bag, if you've never won yet, this is your week.
Absolutely.
Hashtag love charm bag.
Yeah. Oh, Lenny, while you're selecting somebody, I'm going to pull a couple hearts for you guys to give you some advice today personally. Okay. So tune in with this wherever you're at. And here's what I've got. Okay. So I've got, 30 days of self-love. So something significant is going to happen to you if you commit to 30 days of self-love. So this is one of your messages for today. So starting today, and you know what? I also have to say this coincides with the new moon, which is the powerful time to start manifesting everything you want up until the next full moon. Also, right now in the middle of March onward, there is a huge spiritual portal opening that will energetically enhance everything that you're intending. So rather than focusing on getting away from negative people, focus only on attracting in positive people. Focus only on bringing in new money, new job opportunities, new friendships, instead of figuring out how to block that, right? So let's put your perspective forward on what it is you do want, because right now it's extremely powerful. I mean, if you want like a hugely next level life, just start picturing it right now, because right now in this portal energy, you can bring it in. You can bring in such dramatic, huge changes to your life.
Yes.
Okay. So give yourself 30 days and you'll see everything will be different. Okay. And
I love that too. 30 days of self-love. Like it can be as simple as taking a bubble bath, buying yourself a coffee, getting yourself a cute new outfit.
Maybe somebody wants to kind of withdraw for 30 days and then come out super strong and vibrant.
God, that sounds like my dream. Go in a cave for 30 days, just work on yourself.
Yeah.
Light some candles, listen to some music.
Have fun.
Come out completely evolved and much stronger.
Okay.
Love it.
I have another one today, which is luxury. Okay.
Woo!
So, and you know what? I love this one so much because I want to say, you empaths, you're so good at giving to other people that you probably do without.
Yes.
Or you probably give the best to somebody else and take the second best. No more. Empath.
You're not allowed.
Time for luxury. Time to buy yourself something shiny, furry, expensive, whatever. Like it's time to enjoy and to treat yourself with this. Okay. Because empaths always give so much. This will help you redirect that into going, I am valuable and I'm worthy, and wow, this feels good. And you'll see how good it feels to actually treat yourself with all the love that you've been giving to others.
It is okay to put yourself first.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
Know that you're worthy of the best.
Oh, yes. Let's see. Stevie, I just did exactly what I did in February. A Love Yourself First challenge event. Yay! Good. Wonderful. That's That's perfect.
Diana, self-care and luxury. Oh my.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Love
right.
it.
Get out your credit cards. Go spend some money. Spend some money, honey. It's great for you.
Yourself.
Get some money circulating. And hey, everyone's going to probably, well, not everyone, but a lot of people are going to be getting a stimulus check. So yeah, perfect. Use a little bit of that to do something really sweet for yourself. Okay. And the next thing that I get is coins.
Ooh.
And I don't mean that just in the way of like having additional money through the stimulus or any other way. I'm actually feeling that coins is going to be your indicator of something really special coming to you because of our intentions today, empaths, because of what we talked about. I want you to pay extra attention to any coins that you find in unusual places. And it's not just pennies, quarters, dimes. It could be any kind of coin in an unusual place. You could literally put your hand in your pocket, pull out a coin that wasn't there. You could see it on the ground when you're walking into the grocery store. You can go into your car and see it on the seat, whatever it is. As soon as you see it, I want you to go like look up at the heavens and just be like, thank you. That's your confirmation that you really got what we were talking about today and that you really are accepting more wholeness and more financial, spiritual, emotional well-being, more health, all of that, empath. This is time for you. Okay. So when you get that coin, you're going to know. And I want you to come back to this video and let me know that you found your coin, because you all are going to find coins. I know it. And I want you to know in that moment that this is your shift. Okay. All right, Len.
We got a couple more comments.
Oh,
okay. I just want to give these people shout outs quick just because I like them. Kanoi says, let's go get a pedicure.
Yeah, pedicures.
Yes,
Woo.
let's do it. Woo-hoo.
I know, and I just had my new set put on. Woo. So I'm going to have them like this probably just for a couple weeks, and then I'll go back to my regular color. But it always feels so good to spend some time on yourself and just do something pampering, you know.
Love it. Diana says, I've been finding coins lately. Lol, too funny.
Oh, yeah. Now we know. Now we know. You were just getting ready for this episode, Diana, because you're a huge empath and you're learning. You have learned.
Yes, you got it.
You have learned to love yourself and put your needs first. And now it's time just to just rejoice in that. Just feel happy in that. There's nothing left to fix. Just feel happy in that.
And then Margaret Ellen Adams says, I feel better already.
Oh, good. Thank you. I'm so happy for you. Good.
Yes.
That's what you deserve to feel, honey.
All right, everyone. We're going to pick the winner of the Love Charm Bag here. I'm going through the comments. We had a lot of people commenting this week. So remember, if you did not win this week, check in next week.
Yes.
It's always an opportunity to learn. We're trying to get people that haven't won them yet, because we've had a couple repeats the past couple weeks.
Yeah.
So if you haven't won one yet, and it's okay too, you can win doubles. There's nothing wrong with that. Like you can have one in your car, one in your house, whatever. But we want to get some more people in here too, because we want to keep spreading the love. We want more love to be spread. So, all right, who do we got here? We got, how about Devin Campbell?
Woo! Yay, Devin! Devin, we're going to need to get an email with you here, and then we can hook up with you to get your address.
Yes, Devin, it looks like you're tuning in from Facebook, so just shoot us a private message, and then we will get your contact information from that.
Yes, perfect. And we will get this in the mail for you this week. Congratulations. Woo! Yeah, it's already, and Lottie and I make these and then we bless them. So they are supercharged. They're just really sweet, precious little energies, but they shift your energy and help you attract the vibration of love. So keep it with you, put it under your pillow in your purse or your pocket, and just keep it with you as often as you can, especially in the first 2 weeks when you receive it. Okay. And you guys, we want to really thank you all so much for tuning in today.
Oh my gosh, thanks,
we hope
everyone.
You heard everything and really received everything in your heart, talking about empaths. And gosh, I think it's so important to know how valuable you are, and that you're valuable of putting all your energy and time and love and resources into yourself and really creating everything that you want and allowing yourself to have it.
You're worthy of everything that you want.
Absolutely.
You're worthy of love, and we love you.
Yes, we love you. So thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. Mwah. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We'll see you next week.